So what is least upper bound or supremum? So a least upper bound or supremum of a set is nothing but an element. Okay. So let us see. First of all, what this word least tries to tell us. We all know what is upper bound, but what is least? Okay, what is least is doing? What is least doing here? So least is nothing but the smallest. Okay, the smallest of all. So the smallest of all the other upper bound is the least. Okay, so let us see. Let's see the definition. So let S be a non-empty subset of R which is bounded above, then a real number m, if it exists, is said to be supremum of S. If m is an upper bound of S, if u is any other upper bound of S, then m is less than u. Therefore, among all the upper bounds of S, m is the smallest. Okay, that's what I've said you. So, let us see. Let S be a non-empty subset of R. Now, why they have written non-empty? Because they don't want the subset S to be an empty set. So that's why they have written non-empty, and it again is a subset of R, which is bounded above. We have just seen what does bounded above means. Okay, so it is bounded above. Then a real number m, if it exists, is said to be supremum of S. Okay, so let me just again explain you what this bounded above means. So if S is bounded above, it means that there exists any element, okay, there exists any element of R such that all the elements which belong to set S are going to be smaller than the element which belongs to the set R. Then S is said to be bounded below. Okay, so the element which belongs to the real number is the biggest of all the elements which belongs to the set S. So that's what bounded above means. Okay, then the set S is said to be bounded above, and the element of R is said to be the upper bound of S. Okay, then there again is this real number m, if it exists, is said to be the supremum of S. When is this real number m said to be the supremum of set S? Let us see. So m is an upper bound of S. So the element which I was talking about to be the upper bound of R is m. That's what they have taken as the element. Okay, this element is upper bound. Okay, so m is an upper bound of S. It means nothing but that all the elements of set S are going to be smaller or equal to m, and this m belongs to the real number. So m is an upper bound of S, and S is said to be bounded above by this element. If u is any other upper bound of S, so again let us assume that there is u which is any other upper bound of S, then m is less than u. Now you would be confused that why is there this u which is also an upper bound, and why is there this m which is also an upper bound of S? There should be just one upper bound of set S, right? Why are there two upper bounds? I'll explain you. There are infinite upper bounds of set S. Let me tell you why. Okay, so let us just form set S. Set S has 1, 2, 3. These are all x. Okay, x1, x2, which I used to explain you previously. So let's just try normal numbers. Okay, so I'm not going to put dots. 5, 6. Okay, only these many elements are there in this set S. We assume that only these and many elements are there in set S. Now we have 7. Okay, we have this number 7, which we would say that m is equal to 7. Okay, and this 7 belongs to real number. We know that 7 belongs to real number, and S is subset of real number. We know that. So m is equal to 7, and it belongs to real number. What can you say by comparing 7 and 6? Or 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1? We can see that 7 is the largest number, therefore it is the upper bound of set S, right? Okay, you say that 7 is the upper bound of S, but what about 8? Okay, what about 8? What about 9? What about 10? What about 11? All of these are upper and so on. Okay, all the numbers which are greater than 6 or equal to 6 are going to be the upper bound of this set S. Why? Because all of these numbers are greater than all the elements which are in the set S. Therefore, all these elements are going to be the upper bound of S. Okay, so That's what they have written here. That's what exactly they have written here. If u is any other upper bound, so they have let's just say that u is 8. Okay, u is any other upper bound of s, then m is less than u. Can you see? 7 is less than 8. Can you see m is less than u? It is, right? So the smallest of all of these upper bound is called as least upper bound. This is the smallest. You can say smallest upper bound. Okay, this is the smallest of all the other upper bounds. Therefore, this is called as least upper bound, or it is also called as supremum. Okay. So for an element to be an upper bound of a set, these two conditions followed by the element, then you can say that that element is the least upper bound or supremum of that set. The next thing we have here is greatest lower bound or infimum. So the definition is, okay, first of all, let us know what this greatest mean here. What is this greatest word doing here again in front of lower bound? Greatest is the greatest, okay, the greatest number of all the lower bounds is called as the greatest lower bound. Okay, so very simple, it will make sense after a few minutes. So let S be a non-empty subset of R. Again, there is this S, which is again a non-empty subset of R, which is bounded below. Okay, now again I'll explain you what does bounded below means. Bounded below means nothing but that there is this, okay, I'll explain you in the further sentence. Then a real number m is said to be infimum. When will this real number m would be said to be infimum? If it follows these two sentences or conditions. M is a lower bound of S. That's the first condition. Second is if L is any lower bound of S, then L is less than equal to M. Therefore, among all the lower bound of S, M is the largest. Okay. First of all, this element M belongs to real number, right? And then there are these elements in S. Let us again write what kind of elements. Again, let us just take the same element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there are these elements S. S is again subset of R. We all know that according to the lower bound definition. Then they have said M is the lower bound of S. Okay, so let us say that M is equal to 0. Okay, so here we can see that 0 is less than all of these elements. Okay, we can see that, which means that M is the lower bound of set S. Is it? Now can we see -1? Is -1 lower bound of all of these? I mean, if is -1 smaller than all of these numbers? It is, right? So does -1 become lower bound of S? It becomes, right? Let us see -2. Let's see -15. Okay, so -15 is less than all these elements, right? So -15 has to be lower bound of S. So we know that all of these are the lower bounds of S. Okay, but what difference can you notice is 0 is greater than all of these numbers. Is it greater than all of the other negative numbers? Is it? Which 0 becomes greatest of all of these negative numbers. This is a lower bound, no doubt. This is a lower bound. This is a lower bound. But 0 is the greatest, or it is the largest number. It is the biggest number. It is bigger than all of these other lower bounds. And what we have, greatest lower bound. All of these are the lower bounds. We know that. Which one is the greatest? 0 of all of these. Okay, -15 and so on. Whichever, all the numbers which are going to be less than these numbers are all going to be the lower bound of set S. Right? We know that. So M can take any value, because M is what? M is the lower bound of S. But which element is going to be the greatest lower bound? 0. Okay, because 0 is greatest of all of this. Okay, so 0 becomes the greatest lower bound. Now they've said that if L is any lower bound of S, then L is less than, you can see this condition, L is less than equal to M. Okay, therefore among all the lower bound of S, M is the largest. That's what I've been trying to tell you. L is less than equal to M. Now again, they have said that 0 is equal to M, and let us take -15 equal to L. Can we say that L is less than equal to M. Is it less, minus 15 less than 0? It is, right? So we have this condition going on in here, which makes 0 the greatest lower bound of set S, okay? Or it is also called as infimum, okay? That's very simple, okay? It's a very simple definition. Okay, bye.